Greetings. Elder Blacklight here. Welcome to our Last 24/7 God Vision. And you're welcome to the God Zone. Hope this video finds you in splendid health. So, we were telling you in the last video that Elijah was teaching us really science. The science of really living. The science of life. The science of living. And the science of being. And that's all his teachers was it was a science class, you know. Now, religion only means like a rehearsal, something you rehearse every day. The same way, the same thing. You rehearse that, and it becomes a culture. So when you say Islam, you're not talking about like how some people talk about the Crips and the Bloods, a gang title with gang colors, you know. When you say Islam, you're talking about a way of peace. Now, how do you deal with being peaceful all the time, not stressed out? Well, it's a natural way of the universe, a harmony of the universe, a vibration of the universe. And thought is something natural. Thought, intellect, or thinking, creating. That's what the word creation is. A form of using imagination. You know, you're producing thought waves to imagine, and you could run a whole movie inside your mind. And so your thoughts, what governs your actions, and everything is in a circulatory form. It returns, it recycles itself, regenerates itself, and the planets rotate in a cycle. So everything is in a circle, like motion. So it revolves. So this is part of supreme mathematics, sacred geometry. When you talk about vibrations and thought, so forth, that create forms. And so in the Holy Bible, King James Version, it's a science book. It's a science book told in metaphor, you know. So the average person, or the less than average person, could get an understanding of how things work. But someone corrupted the book because they didn't want you to have that understanding. And this book is a collection of ancient scripts, ancient history, and so is the Quran. But the Quran was kept a little bit more pure than the Bible. King James had his version, and then you got Constantine, and all these cats right here, they come from the Caucasian race. The reason why we call it a race because they're racing time. They're racing for time. So when they try to manipulate the Bible and insert ideas in the Bibles and the scriptures to throw you off, someone had to come and straighten out things. And because the black man is the original man, but he's the civilized man that civilizes the uncivilized. But they didn't want you to know that, because whoever taught the Caucasian how to think taught him how to trick you. And today you call it psychology. But the messenger called it tricknology. It's all about science. But the Christians, they making it like fairy tale. And the Caucasian, the one that labeled the sacred science, he labeled it Christianity, and added some spooky fairy tale stuff in there. It's all planned. It was all planned. So I'm going to read some from Malachi 4, chapter 4. Behold, I will send you Elijah, the prophet, before the coming of the great and dreadful day of the Lord. And he shall turn the hearts of the fathers to the children, and the hearts of the children to their father, lest I come and smite thy earth, and smite the earth with a curse. And that's what's happening now. When you look at California, you see plague in California. When you look at certain parts of the country, you see different plagues happening, floods, and tornadoes, and whatever. It looked like the hand of the Almighty is spot cleaning USA. When you look into the political system, it's falling apart. They're putting up a big show for you so you think that they still strong, but they weak. They don't know what to do because their nature is against nature. Their nature is against God. It's all in the Bible, but it's interpreted different. So this was the role of Elijah, and Malachi is before Matthew. Don't say nothing about Jesus. So you can see that Jesus was inserted, and the name Jesus was inserted in there, and those who had the uh, authority over the translation of the Bible knew what they were doing. So we don't want to get caught up into that too much as to say that that Elijah's job was to, when he talk about turning the sons to the father, we talking about the beginning, the origin, the original. You got to go all the way back to the roots. So Elijah came with 76 trillion years of knowledge that was given to him by Master Farad Muhammad. So he's been giving this to us, and the Caucasian had to scramble the signal. And so he knows what Elijah's saying is true because he got a lot of books and scriptures in the basement of the Vatican, where Pope be hanging out at. And they know that the black man, who the black man is. The Masons know that the black man is God. They know that. But they don't want the average person in the streets. They don't want the population to know that. You know. So they've been deceiving not only they people, but the black man. But let me tell you, black men, because the Caucasian nature is not like ours. But he's getting deceived by the elites. You can't mix in with them still. You see. You can let them be unto themselves and we be unto ourselves. You see what I'm saying? Just like the sparrows. They ain't mixing in with the hawks. Sparrows don't mix in with the pigeons. But there's birds flying in the sky together. Each of them doing their own thing. This is Black Light. Stay tuned.